What's up, my dudes? My name is Sister Turley, and this is the track review of 2015 Endurocross Open. So, this track right here is pretty cool. Got obviously all of the Endurocross kind of objects and stuff on it, and it looks pretty cool. So, pretty basic overall, but I do like this little mini stadium he's got going on. Definitely looks good, and you kind of go through this tunnel. All this is really cool right here, and yeah, just a pretty fun little track here if you're a fan of enduro kind of styles and logs and rocks and stuff like that. So it doesn't actually have any tires on it or anything. The only objects is like that really smaller log, and then you have like the bigger log, and then you have like a little water section up here, and then like one size rock, kind of little rock gardens and whatnot. That's pretty much all that's on this track. So it's pretty basic overall, but still a lot of fun. So yeah, it's a very tricky little log section right here. I haven't really mastered that yet, but it's pretty cool. It's got a very tricky section up here that you got to, like, I don't know, you come out of this sand, so you're already lacking quite a bit of traction. Then you got to like jump all these logs. It's actually way harder than it looks, I'm telling you. So, but yeah, it's definitely a fun one though, man. It's cool because once you get on some of these straightaways, you like really hammer the throttle. It's because you got to go so much slower everywhere else. So it just feels like you're going like lightning speed fast when you get on those straightaways. So it's pretty cool, but. Yeah, dude, those rock gardens trick me up like all the time. So, oh yeah, I guess it does have some tires right there on the finish line, but it doesn't have like, those are just like one little set of bigger round tires. It doesn't have any of the smaller tires that you're hitting like with them on their side. Those tires are like it's hard to explain, but those tires are straight up and down instead of on their side. There's actually two different variations to that you can have on a or that's like, see, somebody's like went in here and made all these objects like the logs and the rocks. There's like 3 different sized rocks. There's really big like boulders, and there's like really smaller rocks, and there's like a mid-sized rock, and then you got like the different sized logs, and then you have those tires that are on their side like I was talking about, and then you got the bigger tires that are like straight up and down and like beside each other. So somebody's like went in there and made all those objects, and that's pretty much what most people use for any sort of endurocross or trail track or anything like that. So but yeah, this right here is pretty tricky, man. When you get those logs so close together, it's just the wheels want to do crazy things, okay? That's the best way to explain it. Those logs, man, when you get them so close together like that, I don't know what it is, but you got to be very careful with that throttle, you know what I'm saying? And especially on these rock gardens too, man, they will trick up the front end and you'll go diving down like a dolphin. I mean, it's crazy. So you got to be careful on it. Oh, I was going crazy right there, but let me play this back in some third person. So, but yeah, fun track. Like I said, I like this little stadium he's got going on. Definitely cool, but I don't know. This is definitely the stadium for this kind of track, no doubt. It's kind of like a little arena cross stadium or something. So, but yeah, it's just overall pretty basic though. You kind of go under this little tunnel, and you can actually jump those. Let me pause this right here. You can actually jump those tires and land kind of on this small little downside, but I almost think it's better to more so like roll the tires so then you're back on the ground quicker, but that's just me. So but yeah, you get all that kind of speed going down that straightaway, and then you come out of this corner, get a ton of speed. You got to be really careful on these logs because they're just sitting there and they're like, oh, just hit me really fast. Come on now, you know, go as fast as you want. But you can't, man. You got to slam on those brakes before you hit these logs or you'll just go flying over. Same way with this log. You get a bunch of speed going up to it, but you got to slam on the brakes, man, or you're never going to get over it. So, but yeah, it's fun though, man. I love any sort of interesting things like that where they got like the tunnel sections and just cool stadiums. Always make a track pretty cool. And got the little water section. There's actually a log in the middle of the water, which you can barely see it for some reason. But yeah, definitely cool though. I guess that's one of the smaller logs. That's the reason why you can barely see it. But I know when I was trying to put like certain objects like that underwater or in water, like they didn't really show up at all. Like just certain objects wouldn't show up, so it was kind of weird. But I guess he's managed to make that one log kind of show up a little bit right there. So then you hit this one wall right here. I can already see a little cheat line right there. I hope he's got these timing gates pretty strict, because if he's ever going to do a race right here, somebody's just going to completely skip this log and go right through that little crack right there. You guys can see it. So but definitely a fun one. This is probably one of the more difficult sections right here, where it's just log after log after log. It'd probably be better like double the logs, kind of like that. So but yeah, just fun track though. Nice little sand section over here. So I'm going to say overall I'm going to give it a I'm going to give it a solid 7 overall, and I'm going to say the difficulty, I'm going to say it is... some of these sections are pretty tricky, but I mean, if you're an Endurocross rider, it's probably not the hardest enduro kind of track out there, so I'm just going to say medium difficulty. So anyways, I appreciate all of you watching these videos, and I'll keep on making them. Peace.